Leopards, the indoor tennis centre at Senayan. But well, I have to say, we've got a really, really great lineup. It will be the Malaysian Leopards against Singapore, the first match-up. It's almost a kind of Thomas Cup format, with 3 matches being played. All 3 matches will be played, whatever the outcome of the first 2. And Malaysian Leopards, there are 2 teams representing Malaysia in this inaugural series of the Axiata Cup. And the Leopards are the young pretenders, you might say, visiting Jakarta here to line up against Singapore. We've got our officials in place. There's Mr. Manit from Thailand, and he'll be accompanied by Kraising Tongtop, also of Thailand. And a very dramatic scene here, and you can see the entry right opposite us on screen, the entry of the players in just a couple of moments. Malaysia versus Singapore, the start. And this really is a fabulous format. It's an invitational championship sanctioned by the Badminton Asian Confederation, and of course organised by Total Sports Asia, conceived and organised by Total Sports Asia, TSA, based in Kuala Lumpur. And of course the Axiata Group, Berhad themselves, come out of Malaysia, one of Asia's largest telecoms groups. So a really great initiative, and there's no doubt at all that the whole badminton scene, not just locally but worldwide, will be enhanced by this. And here, coming on to court immediately, Robin Gonansa, ranked 113 in the world, and has played Ramdan Misbun already, his opponent. He played him last September, in fact, in an event in Indonesia, and lost to him 2-0, so he will line up. Robin Gonansa there, waiting without anyone to accompany him at the moment. He doesn't have an opponent, but I'm sure he will in just a couple of moments. The preliminary rounds, of course, this is the first match of the Axiata Cup, held in 2 countries, and they will in fact be hosting the one in Kuala Lumpur later on today. So if you are really, really keen on your badminton, the Axiata Cup is a great format for you to watch out for your favourite stars of today and the stars of the future as well. There's no doubt at all. There's still the Singapore team being introduced, of course. They are made up of Robert Gonansa, Terry Yeo, Yi Lu and Huang Zhao. He bears a striking resemblance to Lin Dan, of course, doesn't he? So, the Singapore team being introduced. Lots of flashing lights and smoke and atmosphere, waiting for the next team to come to court side. We will be underway in just a couple of moments. Each team consisting of 6 to 8 players altogether. And the Singapore squad actually have all 8 listed: Chayut Triachat, Danny Krishnanta, Derek Wong, Ashton Chen, Huang Chao, Robin Gonansa, Terry Yeo and Yi Liu. And here's the Malaysian squad. The whole squad are Zulfadli, Zulkifli, Iskander Zulkarnain, Misbun, Ramdan Misbun, who will be up on court first, Lo Wei Sheng, Ao Yao Han, who will be involved in the doubles, Choi Ka-meng, Teo Yi and Nelson Hegg. Misbun gives us a nice wave. He'll be on court in just a couple of moments. Great smile as well. The big names for Malaysia, of course, in Kuala Lumpur a little bit later on in this Axiata Cup. Chong Wei will be involved, although because of his shoulder injury, he may be held back until the semi-final stages. Malaysia expected to get through to that stage, of course. Hafiz Hashim, Darren Liu, Mohamed Arif, Koo Kian Kiat, Boon Hyung and Go Sam and Lim Kim Hwa. They're involved in that Malaysia Tigers team. The Malaysian Tigers, Howdy Mal, they're up in Kuala Lumpur. This group here are called the Malaysian Leopards. Found out that means our Macan Tutul. Macan Tutul, leopard. And of course, Singapore also known as the Lions. So it's the Lions versus the Leopards. First matchup, Misbun, Ramdan Misbun and Robin Gonansa. We will be underway in just a couple of moments. So if you're interested in the full schedule of today, this afternoon here in Jakarta, Malaysia Leopards versus Singapore, then followed by Indonesia Garuda, which is their A squad against Vietnam. So you'll join me for that one a little bit later. And then up in Kuala Lumpur, you'll be able to watch Indonesia Rajawali against Thailand, and then Malaysia Tigers versus Philippines. So Malaysia and Indonesia, certainly the strong squads here. And then tomorrow it will be Indonesia Garuda versus Singapore, Malaysia Leopards versus Vietnam. So throughout the 3 days of these preliminaries here in Jakarta, each squad will play a different team, and the Malaysians, although they are the youngsters, the pretenders, the wannabes, they certainly will be favourites for this. Robin Gonansa, he is 113 in the world rankings. And there's Manit Chow Myung Kong of Thailand. Right, after all the preliminaries then, we will be getting some badminton action in just a couple of moments. I'm sure you'll all be relieved to see that. It's, again, the youngsters coming onto the scene, the guys who are working so hard to get their heads above the parapets of recognition. And of course, the Axiata Cup is the perfect opportunity to do that. The BAM and the PBSI have fully cooperated and supported this event, this initiative by TSA. And of course the Badminton Asia Confederation as well. So a lot of people responsible for bringing this new tournament to the screens and to the crowds in both Jakarta and Kuala Lumpur. Just in the back of the scene there we see Daniel, who's doing our scoring, and he will be keeping you up to speed on the website. The Axiata website, of course, is very, very important, and you can log in there at any time. Axiatacup.com, and you can get all the latest scores and the information about the players' profiles and so on. They can, in fact, involve up to 2 foreign nationals in each of the teams as well. So the lower ranked teams can recruit world's top talent, and in fact I know that there are a couple of Danish players coming in to represent teams like the Philippines as well. So that's it's going to be a really, really interesting competition. And the bottom line is that we're going to see youngsters coming through, and we're going to see the top performers already within the region of ASEAN, giving us some great entertainment. So the warm-up has begun then. First match-up. It's Singapore versus Malaysia Leopards. There is the Singapore player, Misbun Ramdan. Misbun. And at 90 in the world, they're not too far apart, but Ramdan has that success of 2-0 in the round 3 of a competition last September in Indonesia. And that's their only head-to-head. So we'll see whether or not Gonansa of Singapore has learnt anything from that meeting. They're both very, very tall, very rangy, good, strong, speedy athletes. And it's all about now understanding the pressure of the media, because they're right in the middle of the spotlight. There's Gonansa, both right-handers. And as I say, they will be looking to try and explore and exploit any weaknesses in their opponent. And I'm sure they will be aching to get on with this. So we've got the umpire now calling them to court, and we'll be underway. Back to camera will be Robin Gonansa, and there's Mr. Manit. Arrived at exactly the same time as me, about 3 hours ago at the stadium. I didn't realise he was going to be umpiring the first one. Isn't that strange? So it's all hushed here inside the Senayan Tennis Centre as the service judge, Kreising, Tongtuk. So right, can the Singapore player Gonansa upset the form books here? It would be a big, big surprise if he could. It's a very, very wild backhand from Gonansa. He'll take a bit of time. It's not just the physical strength and the technical ability. It's all about managing the nerves here. That's a lovely little drop shot to that backhand net. 1-1. Well left. 2-1 to Gonansa, drawing his opponent into the net. Oh dear, that's a really, really poor attempt to play short. A little cross-court drop was halfway down the net. It's called good. I'm just trying to work out exactly where the drift is at the moment. I think it's a little bit behind me. I'm actually where the main camera is, and I think it's just drifting a little bit behind me, so it'll be in the face of Ramdan Misbun, so it'll help him a little bit to find the baseline. Oh dear, another wild backhand. Radar is so important early on. It's a very wide court, it has to be said. It was originally tennis played here, so you've got that extra dimension to control. Ah, that's a lovely, lovely forehand drive. Super smash there from Ramdan. That'll give it a lot of confidence now. Yeah, that was to court as well. Although it was picked up, it was after the bounce, so it's 6-3, and some really good drop shots and smashes here from Misbun Ramdan. Yeah, and that's short on the backhand drop from Gonansa, but it has to be said it was a brilliant backhand from Ramdan. He will change his shuttle here, but he really has got a fabulous all-round game already. I'm very impressed with what I've seen. He's got a great physique, good technique, and he's settling much quicker than his Singapore opponent. I think it was out. Yep, just wide, but it was a good rally. Very, very solid rally. 4-7. It's 4-7, not 3, as you see there on your screen. We'll catch up. There you go. Thank you. That's out. Oh, he's not finding those sidelines in particular. We haven't seen anything long, but I must say, Gonansa is struggling to find the sideline. He's got to put it wide because he's against a very, very quick opponent. That's gone as well. Well, he played it. That's better, but that was a bit lazy there from Misbun. Looked as if he was going to really sidle up to that one and played a big, quick loop to get it back. But he had time, he missed it. 5-8. Again, it's in, and that really just shows where that drift, that breeze is coming from. It's coming from behind my back, behind the back of Gonansa, and it's pushing everything that comes deep back into court. So that's a big, big plus for the Malaysian. Too ambitious. Unbelievable attempt at the angle. Just clipped the top of the net and went wide, but 6-9. Gonansa just hanging on by his fingertips here. That's a really good drop. Fabulous, tight drop. Good work. It's where he's scoring most of his points. He's losing the line, so he's making a lot of errors, but the net play is probably his strength. This time it does go too wide, or too long, should I say. So a good fight back here from Gonansa. Oh dear, well that really was. When he sees that replayed, I can tell you now, Robin Gonansa is going to be really upset with himself. He played it brilliant. It was a wonderful rally. Created the situation and should have absolutely nailed that one, but that was poor. Round the back of the head, out of play. Settling in nicely here. This is becoming a very, very good matchup. They are well matched. Ramdan has got a bit more experience and certainly got a lot more technical ability, I think. But there is a reserve here for Gonansa that is very, very impressive. He was a bit unsure at first. He's now come into this. It's his very, very impressive net play that's causing the problems. And on that forehand side, to level things at 10-all, I have to say, Gonansa is putting up a really good battle. What a great opportunity for these youngsters to come into the spotlight, and Axiata to be congratulated on this initiative. Absolutely fantastic to see youngsters coming in. And what another super net shot, and finished off there as they go. That's absolutely super. They go to the break at 11-10, and it's in favour of Gonansa. And all he's done is basically play brilliantly at the net. He's put pressure on, and now he's cutting out the errors. Good jump smash. That one actually was open to the forehand side. It was in court, and as we come back live, and an animated Singapore bench, and it's no wonder, because from a situation where Ramdan was in control, Gonansa couldn't find the lines. He was under a bit of pressure in the spotlight, finding it very, very difficult to keep his control and concentration. But right now, he's got a fabulous chance to upset. Again, he's got a very athletic body. He obviously works out well. And it's now a question of a mental strength that he's got to show. Ramdan under a bit of pressure at 11-10 against him. That's a fantastic rally. Brilliant finish. Wow, what a superb backhand at the net. Once again, there was a lot of feint and dummying going on here, but just watch this. He almost left it, decided to take it, and then, what a control. Oh dear. Ramdan slips over. 12-10, 5 points in a row for Gonansa. That's out. That's out. That's 13-10, and a little bit of petulance there, I would say, from Ramdan. He wasn't in a great position to play that smash. Pushed it wide, and I think he's annoyed with himself. Isn't it extraordinary the way that matches can change? Yep, that's better. That's better. That was great control. Halfway down the court, perfect placement. He took the pace off it a little bit, but beautifully placed. Now, let's see whether he can fight back into this. 11-13. Out. Again, just losing sight of the sidelines. It's very difficult, I have to say, when you are used to playing in confined spaces, to have a very, very airy space like this. You've got huge amount of space at the side. That's long, so Gonansa is keeping the accuracy. And he will keep the optimism as well. 15-11. Oh, that's super. Absolutely brilliant touch at the net there from Gonansa. We've got crowds coming in. There's not a huge appreciative crowd here at the moment. They'll be coming here, obviously, for the Indonesian match later. But that was superb from Gonansa. He has impressed me with his net play. If you're watching in Singapore at the moment, I have to say, this young lad is doing you proud. 16-11. This opening match. No one really expected Singapore to have a chance in any of these matches. Coming up after this one, we've got the World Junior Champions, doubles champions from 2009, Ao and Choi. All right, Malaysia back with the shuttle, here with a chance at 12-16. That's better, much more depth, power. This is how we saw him start. He's got obviously supporters in this Senayan tennis stadium. Oh, great pickup. That is a brilliant defence. Not for the first time. Robin Gonansa has put a racket to shuttle from a very desperately difficult defensive position. His reflexes, his reaction has been superb. Yeah, again, it's down that backhand court into the deep. That's giving Misbun Ramdan a really good opportunity. 14-17. It's tight, it's great. What a super opening match. Power this time from Gonansa. We haven't seen too much of it, but really good follow through, good wrist over action. Lovely power play. (18-14). Well, this is a great opportunity for every badminton fan to see the newcomers and the established players as well. That's another fantastic net shot. But that drop from Ramdan, even better.
15-18.
It's building up to be a real cracking match, this. Enjoying it. Lots of variety, and on this occasion, Misbun chose the wrong option. Great chance here for Gonansa to get first blood. He's never taken a game from his opponent. Oh, yeah. Good, flat, drive, smash. And that is now game point to Robin Gonansa. His first matchup of the Axiata Cup. And again, it was net play this time from Ramdan that did the business. 16-20. Still 4 game points to the Singaporean, and that's out. And again, the Malaysian supporters here in the Senayan Tennis Centre making their voices heard. 17-20. Oh, and that's a little nervy. Very nervy there. Robin Gonansa looks back at the line thinking he might have changed his mind. Got to see this through. Ramdan breathing heavily now at 18-20. And that's short. The last point is the hardest to win in a game, isn't it? So 4 points in a row for Ramdan. No, he's missed it. That's deuce. 5 in a row for Misbun. That is just extraordinary. So Robin Gonansa got himself into a fantastic position. He surely should have taken this first game, and it's now been pegged back to deuce. Well, accuracy from Misbun ultimately paid off. Bye-bye. 21-20, but wow, if only he'd got that 2 points ago. But setting up that winning point there was great net play. The slaughter. Yeah, it was going to be really tough. It was a vertical shot from the net. So, 21-20 with the service. Gonansa again. Set point. game point, should I say. That's out, that's it, that's the game. It's 22-20, and Robin Gonansa is into new territory. He's playing against Malaysia's Ramdan, Misbun, and he's taken a game. Wow, fascinating. Good stuff. The first opportunity that we see, this new format, ASEAN Men's Team Championship, the Axiata Cup. He's one of Asia's largest telecoms companies, putting its faith in a new format. Very exciting to not just be seeing the event in progress, but to be seeing, you know, the amount of television coverage as well of this great event. It's a made-for-TV operation, and the established players and the newcomers on the block will have a chance to show. In the matches to come, Au Yao Han and Choi Kameng of Malaysia will be up against Terry Yeo and Yi Liu, and then we'll finish off with a fascinating battle between Zulfadli Zulkifli, the junior world champion, the first of Malaysia's men's singles junior champions, matched up against Wang Chao of Singapore. So it's really, really going to be interesting, because Gonansa we didn't expect Gonansa to be challenging Ramdan Misbun in this first of the men's singles. But not only has he challenged him, he's taken the first game 22-20. So Misbun's accuracy has got to improve. He's got to be consistent. He can't get flustered and try and snatch these points. I have to say Gonansa has improved hugely. Can he continue? Here we go. Second game, level. That's out. It's interesting that the BAM in Malaysia had the chance to put a mix of talent. They could have had Lee Chong Wei or Hafiz Hashim mixed up with the youngsters, but they chose to put all the new players. That is an amazing shot from Misbun. Great net play. So all the newcomers, all the youngsters are on one team for Malaysia, the Malaysian Leopards. Macan Tutul. Just in case you hadn't noticed, we are now in the throes of getting a big contingent of Indonesian supporters coming in. And already the decibel level has lifted. That's out. Yeah. I just got the impression in the first game that he was getting a little bit anxious, wanted to kill off the rally a little bit too soon, and there was another occasion. Oh, yeah. You probably didn't see it, but that was really clever wrist action from the Malaysian boy, Misbun. Shaped up to play it down that backhand side, and it came over to the forehand. Well, Misbun started the first game in control, everything was smooth, putting pressure on his Singapore opponent, Gonansa, and then the wheels came off at around about 10. Oh, brilliant. Superb. That is the best drop you can play. Just clipping the net, the feathers just dropping down absolutely vertically. Great work for 6-3. He defends well. He defends brilliantly well, does Gonansa. Wow. I tell you what, I am so impressed with him just standing there toe to toe like a boxer, taking the punches, but actually deflecting that shuttle back. Fantastic. This time he was a bit slow in getting to the side, but anything towards his body is really, really very impressive reflex. It was a little wider, but in truth it wasn't a very good clear, was it? The score is 6-4 actually. Well, it is a bit confusing. I've got two scoreboards here, one on screen and one at the stadium, and the stadium one has now gone out. I'll have to listen to the umpire for the score, I'm afraid. We've got a little confusion here. It's 5-all. Sorry, it's 7-5. Good pressure there from Misbun. Excellent pressure, kept always having Gonansa stretching. He did it well for 3/4 of that rally and then came under big pressure. It's now 8-5 in favour of Misbun. Right, we are straightened up with the scores. A badminton-loving nation, and they give a big cheer to Gonansa. Excellent rally. He doesn't look as if he's drawing too much air in. He looks in control. That was a fantastic jump smash down the line. He's now back within 2. It's the same story as in the first game. That's a great shot. Took it early, decided exactly where he was going to place it. And that was very impressive. It's 9-6. They will take a break in just a short while, but it just shows that they've been given permission by Mr. Manit, the umpire, to take a towel down at the moment. They've worked hard. This rally is exhausting. The two Thai officials, of course. Thailand have got Bunchai as their, I suppose you could say, their talisman, their flag bearer. Former Super Series champion, of course, in Singapore. That's out. So this was Misbun at 10-6 and looking confident. Tough rally developing here. That's brilliant. Absolutely superb rally Well played, Malaysia. Well played, Misbun. He really pushed his opponent all over the court, set him up, and put the knife in down the line. Absolutely superb for 11-6. This is the second game, having lost the first. Ramdan suddenly finds a great streak of form and is playing well. Gonansa relying on his great strength at the net and also his defence, particularly in the middle against the body. He's been very impressive. Misbun now showing a lot of his talent and a lot of variety of shots and technique. (11-6), and that's wild. We saw that earlier from Gonansa, tightening up and playing it very, very wide from an overhead, well, in fact, round the shoulders forehand, wasn't it? Just a little wider, and he has been playing, and it just a bit of extra speed, a pace as well on that one for 7-12. Well, that's his strong area, replying to drop shots at the net like that, so if he misses out on those, he's in trouble. He is in very, very good shape at the moment. Misbun in control of that rally. It was an excellent rally. Huge amount of variety, great attack both sides, good drops, good clears, and eventually that half-court lift was not good enough. 14-7, Misbun cruising to this second game. Yeah, he doesn't want to get too confident, too cocky. Confidence is one thing, arrogance is another, and that was just a little bit too easy. That is out. Gonansa's lost his shape a little bit in the second game. It's very much a mental approach at the moment from both players. They're really showing great mental strength. And Gonansa, again, he's missing out at the net. (16-8), and this really is a fair reflection of the play. Again, he just got a little bit cocky there. He has a huge variety of shots, and that's impressive. Choosing the right shot at the right time, that will distinguish the great players, and that was a service fault. Yeah, too high from the service racket head. 17-9. Well, it looks like the first matchup in the first tie of the Axiata Cup is going to go to a rubber. Both players delayed at the net, but on that occasion Misbun was the one that lost out. Again, he's got to keep his concentration. Lovely drop. He rose well, opened the face of the racket, and just watch this, took the pace off it, shaped up to play a really, really big hit, and then took the pace off and dropped it magically. It's 11-17. Oh yeah, 12-17, and again, intensity, concentration. It's still got a huge lead, of course, but Gonansa, all he's got to do is to keep that shuttle in play. It's a big rally, this, and it's a poor finish there for Gonansa. That would probably seal the fate of this second game at 18-12, but again, it was so important that for Misbun to take it, it would have put a lot of pressure back on himself. 3-4 points in a row there for Gonansa, and it would have been different tale. Good work for 19-12. Again, both these players are quite similar. I think Misbun has definitely got a little bit more power and maybe a little bit more variety to his play. Gonansa's defence is very solid. He's not as strong in the attack. He doesn't have those power smashes that we see from the absolute top players at the moment. But he certainly defends well, and he's got great net play, great net skills. But that is good power, and that is now game point to Misbun at 20-12, and I have to say he's deserved that. He's certainly kept the intensity in his play, and he will force a rubber game here. That's it, it's 21-12 then in the second. And that is a very, very impressive comeback, you have to say, from Malaysia Leopards, Misbun Ramdan. Let's see a little review of a couple of the shots there, but always in that game, Robin Gonansa was struggling to keep the shuttle in play, having to stretch a lot, and this is much better. This is now going back to form. 22-20, but then in the second, 21-12. I think Gonansa will be very happy with this performance. He took the bull by the horns in the first and managed to edge home after taking a 20-15 and then allowed his opponent to come back into it. He'll be upset that he did allow him to come back to deuce, but took it then 22-20. But then in the second, he couldn't do much about the onslaught from Ramdan. So it's certainly a very fair situation at the moment. 1-1 in games. The first tie of the Axiata Cup 2012. We're in Jakarta. 2 Indonesian teams, 2 Malaysian teams, of course. And later on today in Kuala Lumpur, we will be seeing the Malaysian A team, I think you could probably call them. The Malaysian Tigers will be playing as well. And at the moment, let's see whether or not they can get through this one. That's a good start. Third game, Ramdan, first blood. Just out. Was a little unlucky. It was much closer, much tighter than previously. But I think the coach would probably have said, you've got to come on the attack a little more. You can't just soak up the pressure. That's a great shot. The confidence now is oozing. He's pushing his opponent around the court. He's creating situations where he can attack with the drops as well as the smashes, and it's now paying dividends. 3-0. This one into the body, not easily got back, and in fact faulted. Fits 4. Great. Super little drop there from Gonansa. Yeah, pressure. He's under pressure all the time. He's got to try and turn it around from a situation where being back on his heels and having to chase the shuttle. Gonansa needs to really try to put some pressure on, and he's not achieving that at the moment with his clears or his drops. Yeah, beautiful. Stunning dummy. Misbun's confidence visibly building. 6-1. He was very unhappy with his form in the first. Started out well enough and then just went into a bit of a shell. Allowed his opponent some confidence, momentum, and then eventually lost it. But in the second, and now, he is in great shape. That's long on the service. It's 7-1. It'll be a great start for Malaysia. That's gone as well. It's 8-1. That breeze is definitely pushing the shuttle further and further. We will get a... I thought we were going to change ends, but we'll get changed ends at 11, of course. It will be important. That change of ends, I think, will make a big difference, because there's no doubt that Misbun is looking very, very solid into the breeze. He really enjoys it. And this time it was in play for 4-8. Very similar in physique. A little less aggressive in style, I would say. Gonansa, much more of a touch player. Misbun likes to be aggressive as well as show the touches as well. He's a bit more an all-round player, the complete player. Oh, that is magnificent play. Both sides of the net. The best net rally for sure. It clipped the top of the net from both players. Misbun just touched it. Now, there's no way that Gonansa was going to get it back. Watch it here. There's the first touch of the net, but he got it back. Unbelievable. There's the second touch. Too hard. Great work. 5-8, 9-5 now. Just as we were reviewing it, Misbun scores another. Oh, what a great opening battle in this Axiata Cup. Bit lazy, that. It's very interesting, Misbun's mentality. Once he gets a really good lead, he goes off the boil just a fraction, and he allows momentum for his opponent to come in. And that's not a great shot, but that's a clear and a miss. He allows his opponent 2 or 3 points, and then he clams up, gets very tight. And that was typical. This jump shot here, so typical. Very tight, tries to smash through the ground. Here we go again, and he misses it. So, this is interesting. Gonansa back to within 2. It's been a bit of a seesaw battle. That is very, very good from Gonansa. He played it high, but by the time it cleared the net, it was coming down absolutely vertical, forcing the error. 8-9. 9-all. Ha! Well, can you believe it? We have witnessed the best and the worst of Misbun. Just a bit too much on that one, not that far off, but after 5 points in a row, that momentum has now ceased. 10-9, we go to the break, they will change ends. Another point for Misbun. Oh dear, 10-all. Maybe the tension is building. Maybe the TV cameras here are making a difference. And that is 11-10, can you believe it? Going to the break and the change of ends, 11-10 in the lead, robbing Gonansa. Well, a few points ago, there was no way in a million years that was going to be the case. But it just shows Misbun's concentration wavers, he gets a bit tight, he snatches at a couple of points. He makes a couple of big jump smash errors, and then mistakes at the net, and suddenly Gonansa is not only in the picture, he's in the lead. Well, as in the Thomas Cup format, of course, you don't lose the tie if you lose the first match. You've got 2 more chances, but, well, this will be a big blow to Malaysia, no question. They expected to take this. Oh, dear. He just lost his way for a fraction of a second in the second game and also earlier in this one, but he suddenly got his net strength back again, has Gonansa. Great retrieving. And that is a brilliant point for Singapore. Robin Gonansa hung in there. He was on the back foot. He was certainly under pressure from Misbun. But ultimately, it was a very, very impressive rally that for 13 points to 10. Wow, this is a very, very impressive opening matchup. All the best that Axiata expected, of course. Okay, 11-13, so Misbun can come back into this. Oh, that's a great cross court. Beautiful. It was lovely touch play, has to be said, from Gonansa. Pushed it down the line, but watch this for a great, great touch. He shaped up to play it down the line, then closed the racket head. Beautifully delivered. 12-13. Well, he's fighting hard now, and this is really proving to be the best of badminton. Both players really, really fighting tooth and nail. They've got similar techniques. The strength is definitely with Misbun, but the guile and the touch is with Gonansa. That is brilliant. Oh, what a shame. Wow. That is such a shame for Gonansa. 3 points in a row. 3 points in a row. And that is very, very impressive. In fact, 4 in a row for 14-13. 14 all now. Great, great first match. Axiata Cup, inaugural match. Well, this will be long remembered, won't it? For these two youngsters coming onto a TV court and the whole of the Southeast Asia, particularly, and the world of event, of course, as well. But certainly the host country here in Jakarta and that in Malaysia as well will be very interested to see these youngsters doing battle. 15-14 in favour at the moment of Misbun. And he has been through the mill. It's been very much a roller coaster. This whole match started so well and then lost the first. Demolished his opponent in the second. And now even Stevens down the final straight. Brilliant. Superb feint and dummy there from Misbun. 16-14, and he is having to dig deep now. Both players showing great footwork, and that is absolutely magnificent finish there. The drop at the backhand court net was superb. For 15-16, it was a must-win situation there for Gonansa. He put a probably, let me just think, I would in the 20s in terms of the number of shots in that rally, and he still had enough energy to play an absolutely precise backhand at the net. It was brilliantly played, and that's short for 16 all. Very exciting first matchup here. And Robin Gonansa of Singapore is putting on a wonderful show. Not expected to win this one. Oh, he reached for it and then looked at the line. He should have left it. It was definitely wide. There was too much speed on that cross court. It would have gone out. Let's have a look at it. It's that one. Look at it. It is going wide. Oh dear. Poor judgment, 17-16. Oh, and he changed his mind there as well. Came in with a stamp and a little drop there, but didn't have quite enough pace on it. He's really, really struggling to keep with the energy of Misbun at the moment at 18-16. It's a really, really fascinating matchup. He decided to take out the big gun, the bazooka, the big, big flashing smash, and it's worked. 2 hits, and he's picked up the point. So, shot option now, absolutely vital. Accuracy and shot option. Gonansa not out of this yet, but that's a great drop. Superb for 19-17. Well, if every match in the Axiata Cup is as competitive as this one, we're in for a fantastic treat. That's well wide. And that breeze definitely is coming off my right shoulder and is also off Misbun's right shoulder. So it'll push anything out wide on that left side. 18-19, this is a big point. Huge point, scrambling here, Gonansa, and that's a terrible shot. Oh dear. No need for it, he was in control of that rally, Misbun. He was just going for broke, and it wasn't even close to getting to the top of the net. Wow, just shows what pressure does. 19 all. That's short as well. Now match point to Misbun, Ramdan Misbun. 2019. Robin Gonansa has put on a great show here. That's it. That's a great finish. Misbun, Ramdan Misbun, brings the Malaysian Leopards, the Macan Tutul, through in this opening match of the Axiata Cup. And I tell you what, this ASEAN Men's Team Championship is now really, really come alive. It's fired up, and there's no doubt at all we're going to be seeing some great matchups. Singapore versus Malaysia, the old foes. The Malaysians certainly would be favourites, but well done, Robin Gonansa, for pushing it all the way to the wire. How close was that? It was, in the end, too much for the Singapore boy, but Misbun Ramdan was put under severe pressure. He won in 3. In the third, it was 21-19, but a great match all round. Some very, very impressive play. Obviously, first time maybe under the lights and the cameras, and it's a different feeling, but that is a great matchup. Malaysia take the lead in this Axiata Cup in the preliminary round series. They lead Singapore by 1-0, and we've got a doubles coming up next. It will be Yao Han, and Choi Ka-meng, the 2009 World Doubles champions, against Terrio and Li Liu. I hope you can stay with us. We've got lots of great action from the Axiata Cup, both here in Jakarta and later on today in the evening from Kuala Lumpur.